payroll professionals every day, we come to work, we work very, very hard to make sure that we're supporting our internal customers, and those are our employees, as well as supporting our organization, keeping eyes on everybody's pay and all of the changes that happen, employees coming and going. In a perfect world, even with nothing else that's interfering, payroll is just full of a lot of different moving parts, right? And those moving parts can cause some errors, and those errors can be expensive, right? And so when we talk about payroll, of course, it is incredibly important that we want to do our job well. We want to do our job to the very best sense of excellence possible. But sometimes errors occur, and in addition to the error in your employees' peace of mind, they oftentimes come with very unfortunate penalties and interest within important organizations, the IRS, the Social Security Administration. I have a couple listed here. These are all folks and organizations we really don't want to be on their naughty list. You'll notice at the bottom of this slide, we also talk about the very, very important and real cost of doing business that includes the reputation of the payroll department. No matter what the cause of those errors, and when we move on to our next slide, we talk about some of the most common causes of payroll errors, but no matter what those causes are, in addition to those actual financial ramifications of errors, we also have that reputation of our department, both within our organization, to existing employees, obviously to our management and executive teams, but also some of that information sometimes gets out in recommendation services like Glassdoor or organizations that are looking at our company from outside. Payroll errors can happen for a ton of reasons. Whether it is, and I listed a couple of them here, but whether it is a simple, regular human error, one of those we air quote fat-fingered mistakes, whether it is misreading someone's information from a form. Maybe it's an employee didn't understand a form that was passed out on paper and only filled it out in part. Certainly in our current year, one of the things we absolutely have to take a look at are errors that occur when there are regulatory changes. So when we talk about things that have happened like our working from home experiences, stay home, stay healthy, obviously all the different tax credit opportunities for payroll tax credits through FFCRA or the CARES Act. Sometimes the application that we're using to process our payroll isn't quite as up to date on those types of changes as it needs to be for us to be able to do our reporting accurately and timely and to be in full compliance. Some of the most common errors that we see have what appear to be unknown or minor points of entry. Again, maybe a fat-fingered mistake, maybe we're transcribing incorrectly off of a paper form, we're transposing numbers, maybe we're dropping characters out of someone's name, that when we get to the compliance pieces for whether it's W-2 retrieval, whether it is information being appropriately reported to the Social Security Administration or the IRS, if a tax identification number is incorrect, these items can cause giant headaches on the back end. So payroll errors, payroll challenges, whether it's human error, whether it's a system error, sometimes we see these errors happen because the system hasn't updated, or maybe we haven't run a manual update process, and as a result, we're working off of old tax tables. We saw a lot of that in the industry as a whole coming into this year with the new W-4, and then again, of course, the new tax tables that went along with that. Anytime there's a change to the wage base, whether it's on the federal level or some of the state unemployment insurance wage bases, if we don't run those manual errors, those manual processes, we have the opportunity to be processing payroll for a period of time without recognizing that we are creating an error that will take a good deal of time on the back end to fix. So as we're moving forward through our presentation, and we're talking about all that, right, terrible, yucky stuff, all the errors, all of that extra work that it causes us, hours and dollars and pain and reputation, we come back to Greenshades and why we're here. One of the Greenshades core components of doing business is that we believe we're problem solvers. We don't just believe that we come to work every day and put into everything that we build and create the idea that what we do is here to solve specific problems. Payroll is one of the most critical functions in any organization. It's increasingly complex year after year. We at Greenshades have been working with those really difficult problems around payroll for so long. We've gotten very, very good at solving the tough problems so our clients don't have to. One of our newest offerings and one of our newest pieces to come to the market is actually a full payroll component that solves a lot of these problems so that you don't have to. So as we talk about how we simplify the process of payroll, we really want to make sure that we're talking about keeping information very easy for somebody to operate. So some of those things we talked about in the disruption of business has to do with the complexity of a system and how many different touch points and places there are that there could be errors. With the Greenshades Payroll module built right on the Greenshades Online Employee Services Employee and Administrative Portal, in an environment that's very user-friendly, we've added a payroll component that you can see the entire process right here on your screen in a single user interface. It's very logical, incredibly easy to use, dynamic steps moving back and forth, enabling the individual processor or payroll administrator, payroll manager to have full control over each of the steps, but in a hosted step-by-step wizard type of format. As we move forward, we look at some of the increased and improved visibility over a traditional or legacy payroll system where we have some very easy to understand, very easy to see at a glance areas where not only do we see our previous history that has happened, but we can take a look and see what's upcoming and very quickly have a visibility to see if there were any areas that we might be looking at some areas of concern. Alexa, are there any questions as we've gone through so far?
Nope, we don't have any questions yet.
All right, great. So as we are moving on, and certainly if there are any questions, the screenshots that you see here are all the Greenshades Payroll Platform, again, built into that single point of contact unified platform. It is a hosted component that's really designed to ensure that not only are we making things easy, we're troubleshooting. 100% more than anything else, Greenshades is a compliance company. All of the products, everything that we do with our payroll component is designed around the idea that we are going to be working with compliance and that you as a processor can work confidently. All of our pieces are automatically assigning tax implications to employees and the work that they're doing, utilizing the home address and the address that they're conducting work to ensure that the appropriate taxes are applied. So that's the correct state unemployment insurance, that's the correct state or local income tax. We're automating the process of federal income tax assignments by having an automated W-4. The employee is entering that information, a very nice workflow from the employee self-service component into the payroll system, making it incredibly easy to ensure that that information is flowing through, problem solved for paper processes, fact-checked, checked for errors, no double entry, all validated against the credentials that an employee has logged in with to make sure that the name, the address on file matches all of those items. Once payroll is completed within our system, it does an automatic and available posting to your accounting package, and that is whether you're using Dynamics GP, Dynamics 365, either Business Central or Financial and Operations, whether you're using another Microsoft accounting package, or if you're using something outside of the Microsoft piece. Our product is a standalone payroll component that integrates right back into those accounting packages so that you have the opportunity to, without problem, get all of your financial information right back into your ERP. So again, without having to pass off, import, export, without having to hand information over to your financial team, very easy to get that data right back into the accounting package, working hand in hand with your ERP, but able to maintain that, able to access anywhere, payroll experience, wizard-driven, automated, paperless payroll component. Part of making things Paperless and automated, all of those different items is the opportunity for your organization to tailor the experience, making sure that your benefits and deduction codes are easily set up, but really represent not only the way you want them to be executed in payroll, but you have full control over the visibility of how those present to your employees, which of them are automatically assigned, what those friendly terms are that they'll see on their pay stub, which you might want to have presented to the employee, and which you may want to hold back for internal purposes as well. You are always able to run payroll your way. Just like everything we do at Greenshades, compliance is absolutely first and foremost, but not without look to the ease of use for that payroll component. So it's incredibly important to us that we make sure that you have full visibility of what you are doing in a very easy to use kind of capacity. So using our checklist built system, all in a single source, you can work through and ensure that you are looking and touching at the pieces that are most important to you without ever having to run unnecessary or redundant reporting. So you can review any of the reports as regularly as possible. That frequency can be whatever is most appropriate for you. You can always have multiple administrators that have access to either specific groups of employees or specific reports that you're able to review on demand at any time. After taxes, we always talk about, or after payroll, we always talk about taxes. And certainly as we've seen so many changes happening with the FFCRA and again, some of the tax credits around the CARES Act, it's incredibly important for our employers and for us at Greenshades to ensure that our employees get your taxes right first time, every time. We automatically generate all of the information necessary for you to have full visibility for your upcoming deadlines, multiple levels of service for creating the electronic returns and payments available to remit to your receiving agencies, all within a single unified component that has that full visibility right at your fingertips. You always have full control over what is reported. If you utilize Greenshades for payment information, those payments go directly from your bank account to the receiving agency. And so you are never at a point where you are having to worry about the money being passed through a second organization. So although Greenshades facilitates those payments point to point from your account to the receiving agency, the money never comes through Greenshades. We never touch that money. It's exactly as if you make that payment directly to your receiving agency, only you don't have to go through the trouble of actually going out and making the payment yourself. Alexa, were there any questions?
Nope, you're good to continue.
Okay, so as we do move forward, right, we've talked about that really easy unified payroll component, easy to work through, single user interface, all within the Greenshades online employee service, accessible anywhere. So the information is available for you to grab at any time. If you are someone on the call who has found themselves to be in a difficult environment as we were working through some work from home remote kinds of things, our system is hosted. It is able to, the administrative rights are able to be assigned or delegated as you see fit within an organization, and you can access that information at any time from any place in a very, very secure hosted capacity. All of our pieces are available, again, in conjunction with our employee self-service portal. So the employee has the opportunity to update information, to make that information available to you electronically so that they are typing in their own address and they are typing in their name, and they are working through those pieces of information that so very regularly cause what we see to be the largest number of payroll errors, having to do with those human error, that data entry error, able to reduce that through that data flow directly from the employee's entry through your workflows into your system, both for the employee record and then also for any of those tax implications, delivery of W-2s, any of those other components in place. So when we're encouraging our employees to utilize that self-service, we're really limiting the number of touch points that we could accidentally cause those human error data mistakes while having a full audit trail of all of the different pieces of information and touch points. So as an employee can maybe request a change to their address, or there maybe, as you see on your screen here, talking about enrolling in benefits. Not only are there elections and requests for change information filtered through the system automatically without the need for additional data touches, but they also have that full audit trail to make sure that you can see at any point who entered it, who reviewed it or approved it. You have full control over those workflows to make sure that your payroll is all functioning in a way that makes the most sense for your organization, and you can answer any questions your employees or your organization might have. At the end of the year, our same portal is going to take all of that payroll information, populate your year-end forms. Those are your W-2s, 1095-Cs. They're going to pull that information directly out of the payroll system. No need for import, export. Make those available electronically for distribution, print to blank paper or blank forms, or of course, Greenshades offers a mailing service if you would prefer to have Greenshades print and mail paper copies to your employees as well. Our system automatically manages all the electronic consent through that employee self-service component, enabling you to print and mail the copies only to those employees that require paper copies, automatically taking out anyone who had previously consented to electronic distribution, making it very, very simple. When we talk about all of the items about payroll, one of the pieces we did talk about early on, or that I mentioned, were errors when we are dealing with systems that have to do manual updates and some of those items. One of the other places we see a lot of challenge in payroll errors is when payroll systems are changing, not necessarily with payroll as the focus of the shift. And so our product is specifically designed to be able to be portable as your organization may be going through an upgrade to your Dynamics ERP, or if you potentially move accounting packages, your payroll system can move without being interrupted. So our product can have your fully functional payroll trucking right along, as automated and efficient and compliant as it always is. And as your organization as a whole is making changes to their ERP system or your system of financial record, it does not have to impact the payroll team and your day-to-day organizational workflow. When that change happens, when those pieces are ready to go online, we simply point that update to the new financial system and update the new general ledger, chart of accounts, all of those. It is almost as easy as flipping a switch. So as the organization might find it a need or a best business practice to change ERP solutions or maybe go through a significant change, the payroll team and payroll department does not have to. And Alexa, were there any questions? I think we're just about.
Nope, we didn't have any questions.
All right. So I introduced myself as the Chief Evangelist here at Greenshades. I've been here for 15 years. If you can't tell, I happen to be a strong supporter of the efforts that Greenshades has put forward in the years to build excellent products that offer excellent solutions for very difficult technical needs. We couldn't continue to produce with excellence if we didn't also offer exceptional service and support. So when we talk about service and support, we're not talking about technical support, necessarily the people you would call when you have a problem. Our organization is designed to ensure that we're supporting our clients in a full life cycle type of capacity. So by partnering with groups like implementation specialists who truly are also experts with a passion of payroll, makes us besties, making sure that we are hand in hand working with our partners, making sure we understand our customers' needs, available by phone, by chat, by web session, offering informational webinars and instructional services, doing training. We have concierge level of support. through all of these things for all of these years, we really have done an incredible job that I'm very proud of our organization in being able to say we have one of the best NPS, Net Promoter Scores, in our business, in our industry. We keep our clients on average for over a generation, right, over a decade. Very proud of that. It's something that we work hard every single day as we come to work, as I mentioned, as problem solvers, to really focus on the efficiencies around solving those really difficult payroll concerns and making sure that payroll can focus on being that business dependent, right, dependent on excellence portion of the organization without being incredibly painful. So today's presentation was a very high-level overview of our newest release product and really this piece that is out here in the market to help ensure that payroll doesn't have to be a painful change. It doesn't have to be filled with manual processes and Excels and duplicate information and tough integrations. We come to the market with these key platform benefits, right? Cloud-based efficiency is that piece that just makes the product available from anywhere, anytime. If it's inclement weather, if you're on vacation and someone has a must-answer question, you never want to answer the phone on vacation, but available at any time, any place without the need for manual updates. Your things like your tax tables, your wage bases will always be up to date and current without the need for you to have to remember to apply an update. Always available to work with any accounting package, any ERP. So you can really have a best of breed payroll component that is not necessarily tied to the financial component that your organization might choose. However, very, very strongly supporting the opportunity for the finance department and the payroll department to always work hand in hand to make sure that reporting is available across the organization and that integration point into the general ledger is strong and trouble-free. And then again, right, having that unifying force of a single platform where your employees are able to pass information to your organization that you are able to utilize as the payroll department, have full auditability, easy reporting, excellent visibility, while still ensuring that the right people have access to the right information. We've worked very, very hard to make this product a reality in our market and being able to utilize our years of experience in doing a lot of the really tough stuff around, again, taxes and garnishments and Affordable Care Act management and all of those different components to bring to market a piece we're very proud to share with implementation specialists and with you. So I think with 2 minutes to spare, if there aren't any questions. Alexa, does anyone have any questions?
Nope, no questions.
All right. So if you do have questions, certainly implementation specialists are here to answer those questions for you. We would love to tell you more about the Greenshades platform and hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks so much, guys.